I started and restarted this video so many times. I just feel like when you have a setup like this and have grown up, like, damn, that's not as much speed as I thought it was going to be. I'm sick of trying to make this over, so whatever take, like Minga say, whatever take this is, it's gonna have to be it. I wanted to make this video on trusting yourself and why that's very important. It's like super important in your journey to trust yourself, and trusting yourself sounds easier, or sounds like more easier said than done, right? Until then, have this little funky guy. Trusting yourself. I think it's really important to trust yourself. I think it's something that happened today is I was like in my head nagging. There was a nag in my head. There was something that took me out of like a very, very great space where I was discovering more of my supernatural gifts, meditating, traveling, etc. Like, it was taking me out of this space, and it was about some things that I was afraid that I was like running away from, you know, like I was saying, just to give an example, oh, you should do this because like all of this stuff that you're doing right now is just making you feel like good for now, but you have other stuff. You're running from your things, you're running from your things, you're running from your things. And I'm like, there is a part of me that believes, that understands that that is a possibility, and that could be true. But there's something else that also exists, and that is that I trust myself to get it done, and I trust myself to make every single decision that is in my highest alignment. And that is exactly what I have been affirming to myself. So would I affirm this voice that is making me, that is lowering my vibration to come to it, to then affirm it? Or should I stand in my vibration of knowing and follow that? I internalize a lot of my feelings, and I kind of analyze a lot of things. But I also, this is my process. So in my process, I say, when something gets to bothering me too much internally, I'm like, okay, motherfucker, you have the floor. Like, okay, let's figure this out. So I'm afraid that I'm running away from my tasks, and doing this is a slippery slope that's going to lead to me destroying everything that I'm trying to manifest, and me taking the day, instead of putting all of my energy and the energy I have into clearing out my house or clearing out things right this second, means that I'm going to ruin the manifestation or whatever. I'm thinking all of this stuff, and I'm trying to figure out why. I'm just saying it again. I'm saying what I think the feeling is, what the feeling is, or what the anxiety thought is. It sounds like to me that I don't trust myself. It seems like if I trusted myself to get it done, why am I questioning my own actions? If I trust myself to get the job done, if I trust myself to see this manifestation through, why the hell am I questioning myself? What's the big deal here? What's the big idea? Like, why am I causing myself unnecessary worry, physical pains, anxiety, elevated heart rates in a moment where I am looking forward to exploring myself? Once I realized, oh, this is about my not trusting myself. And at first, the first thought was this, okay, I don't trust myself. And I'm like, okay, whoa, that's a huge thing to realize, because I didn't realize that. I thought that I was trusting myself, but I'm making a lot of decisions, life-altering decisions, life-shattering, earth-shattering, life-altering decisions. And you mean to tell me I'm walking around here not trusting myself? That's a no-go. I trust myself. I just want to affirm here and now that I trust myself, and that everything that I'm doing is good. Like, everything that I choose to do for myself is valid because I love myself. It might be a process, but every single decision that I have made in my life to this day has benefited me and benefited those around me 100% of the time. So why am I acknowledging the voice that doesn't trust me instead of acknowledging the voice that trusts myself? I realized I'd been doing some affirmations about trusting my spirit guides. Like, I wholeheartedly trust my spirit guides, my spirit team, my ancestors, divine, etc., etc. In that realization, I was like, oh, I am my spirit guides. Like, my spirit guides exist in me, around me, because they are aspects of me and my consciousness. They are aspects of me, my soul, in its reverberation or if its separation from the divine. So they can guide me from the past and from the future and from whatever time, because they understand the part of my consciousness that once was theirs. I trust myself, especially because I trust my divine energies, but especially because I trust my spirit team, my spirit guides, my ancestors, me, my higher self. My higher self is my spirit guide. You know what I mean? So the reason why it's important to trust yourself is it gets rid of that. It lowers the volume of that little voice that tells you to acknowledge it instead. But trust doesn't feel like chance. Trust does not feel like a risk. Trust does not feel bad. Trust does not feel like a gamble. Trust is something like oxygen. Trust is something like carbon dioxide. You know what I'm saying? Like, trust is saline. Not saline, but trust, how do you say it? Trust is, what is carotene? You know what I'm saying? It's something that is a part of you. It's like your teeth. It's like your blood. It's like your skin. Trust is something you're born with that's encoded in your body. The way that this matrix is manipulated has your relationship with trust completely skewed. We have been trusting as a country, as a collective, as a conscious entity, locally, statewide, countrywide, continent-wide, planet-wide. There are things where people are trusting in untrustworthy sources, which causes a lot of chaos, basically. So trust is something that you have to have in yourself or acknowledge in yourself. I know I've been saying you have to have trust in yourself. Yes, but you also have to acknowledge the trust in yourself. You have to trust yourself. You have to apply it. You have to breathe. Just like you have to breathe, you have to trust yourself. You have to acknowledge that part. Another thing about trust that I do want to talk about is that trust cannot be given to someone. This is my personal opinion. This is my personal understanding. This is what I have gathered through my experiences. And I have had several that I don't wish on anyone, okay? Trust is something that cannot be given to you. You cannot breathe for someone else unless it's truly life or death. You cannot breathe for someone else. You cannot bleed for someone else. If they cut themselves, you're not going to bleed. Okay? If you cut yourself, they're not going to bleed. You can't bleed for someone else. You can't think for someone else. You can't breathe for someone else. You can't swallow for someone else. You can't eat for someone else. You cannot trust someone else. That's not a negative. You can be comfortable and relax into your intuitive knowings about a surroundings, but you have to usually in situations trust yourself. Every time someone has placed their trust in another person and it's gone wrong, some of the first things that they say is, wow, I trusted you. Like, I can't believe you did this to me and I trusted you. Well, had you been trusting yourself, had you acknowledged the trust in yourself, all of those things that you ignored, all of those signs that you ignored, all of those things that you thought you could forgive and look past, all of the things that pointed to this thing that was happening, you wouldn't have ever questioned yourself or ignored your understanding, because you trusted yourself and understood that you can't give trust to an outside situation. You have no control on anyone ever. You could go into a situation thinking everything is okay, and it could be not that, or it could be something better. You can't give it away. You only can have it within. So in this spiritual journey, in your path, in decision making, in making big life decisions that no one else is making, in walking your self-initiate path on this sacred journey, you must trust yourself first. You must know trust, get to know trust by getting to know yourself. Trust can be manifested in yourself by making the decisions that are in alignment with your heart and soul and spirit. Stop incorporating other people's thoughts into your plan, because that is another sign that you trust other people more than you trust yourself. They cannot have it. Their opinions can't matter. They can't inside, because it's only yours. And I promise, once you put yourself first, all of the chibber chabber of someone else's perspectives and beliefs just cease to exist. I'm not saying don't take counsel. I'm not saying don't learn from other people, but your discernment is that middleman between you and the outside world. You trust yourself, you discern, and then you take what you need and give back what you can. That's it. If you want to make these big quantum leaps, if you want to have the life that you can visualize and see with your eyes closed or open, dream with your eyes open, Max. The life that you are manifesting and believe wholeheartedly that you can have, that you've seen, that no one else gave you, that no one else whispered in your ear. If you want that for yourself, then trust it. So what if you don't know what's going on in the moment? There's no moment that lasts more than 60 seconds. There's no way that you can experience all of this thing and count time. You're gonna have to believe in divine timing, and that divine timing comes with more trust. Now, that's really all I have to say about trust in this video. I might expand more on it later, but I just remembered what else I wanted to talk about. I think I'm gonna stop it here and start another video about tools. So that's all I have to say about trust today. I really hope it helped you. It really helped me. And when I feel bad about something that I'm doing, I'm just gonna trust myself more, and you should do the same. So that's all I have. I love you so much. I will talk to you later.